everybody, and welcome to another episode of Cruising Israel. I'm your host, Natalie.
And I'm Max.
Max, this week on the show is going to be very interesting, but there's going to be a lot of walking involved.
All right, I'm up for it.
Are you up to carry the equipment wherever we go?
Plenty of great weather.
Okay, that's true.
It's Israel, always a sunny day. And so where are we walking?
So we are actually staying in Tel Aviv the entire
we're not walking
week.
very far.
No, we're walking a lot. We're going to the photo house, Tel Aviv's very first photo shop. We're going to be discussing the different architecture and how the city developed and, opened up throughout the
great
years.
First Photoshop, so that might even be predating the state.
Yes, I'm not sure.
Well, let's find out. It sounds interesting.
All right, let's do it. Israel and the city of Tel Aviv in particular have come a very long way since their establishment. And right here behind me, you'll find a shop that holds decades of photographs that were taken by one of Israel's most accomplished photographers. Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Welcome to the oldest photo shop in Tel Aviv.
While it was originally established in 1940 by Rudy and Miriam Weissenstein as a simple photography shop, Rudy's passion and talent for taking photos created a lasting legacy. And today the masters of some of Israel's most iconic images are archived right here in the shop. So all of these photographs here were taken by one person?
Yes.
Wow. It's cool that each and every photograph has its own story behind it. There are over 1 million photographs stored here in the Photoshop's archives, including photos which captured some of Israel's most historic events.
Actually, this is Rudy's most famous picture that you probably saw before.
Of course.
And that's the Declaration of Independence of Israel with Ben-Gurion. And he was one of the only photographers who were allowed inside.
Wow.
We have also this picture that shows us what's happening outside in the exact same time.
Oh my God, and this took place on Rothschild
It's on
Boulevard, right?
Yes,
Here in Tel
16
Aviv.
Rothschild Boulevard. And on the first row, you can see it's only photographers who couldn't get inside.
Amazing.
There were a lot.
People on their balconies, from their windows,
It
on
was
the
supposed
tree.
to be, yes.
Wow.
It was supposed to be a confidential event, but somehow the rumor got around.
And here, obviously, everyone recognizes this that lives in Tel Aviv, the most iconic square in the heart of the city, Dizengoff Square.
Right.
Even though the pictures were taken decades ago, with today's modern technology, many of the photos look even better than they did the day they were taken. The photo house staff includes a technician who's highly skilled at digitizing, repairing, and retouching old photographs. This attention to detail is evident in the high-quality reprints, postcards, and unique printed souvenirs you'll find all over the shop. So this picture was taken when?
In 1964.
Okay, so in the 60s, the Kikar was flat, right? And then years later, they decided to make a ramp to ease traffic or something like that, so people could walk above the ramp and cars could go under. But now, it's back to the way it used to be. They're renovating it and making it exactly how it used to look like.
Yeah, and I think it
back
went
in those
out
days.
beautifully. So there is another photo I'd like to show you. I think it reflects very well the atmosphere that was here.
Are these people on rooftops?
They are, yeah. This is the first Independence Day parade, like in 1949, 1 year after the country was established.
Amazing.
And people were
so much happiness, excitement.
This event is known in history as the March That Didn't March, because the soldiers were supposed to march on the streets, but because the people were just blocking the streets, they could not walk. Wow. So they never got to do their parade, and it was just people all around the streets.
The photo shop was the premier place to have your picture taken and was visited by many legends of Israeli history, such as former Prime Ministers Golda Meir, Shimon Peretz, and Yitzhak Rabin. They all sat to pose for Rudy's camera right here on this very bench. So this bench is way older than any of us.
Yeah, it is. It's probably from 1940.
How long did it take for them to take a photograph?
It depends, like which kind of photograph.
Portrait.
The studio photo, the studio was already ready. There were lights standing. He just had to put it on. Everything was set already for a portrait. When he went out, it was a bit of a different story because sometimes the lighting is not right or the position, and it might take a long time until you get to the right picture.
Having had a look around the many images displayed in the shop, it was time to hit the streets and see how some of the scenes in Rudy's historic photos look today. Our tour began on Bialik Street, a street which was once inhabited by many artists, including the famous renowned poet Chaim Nachman Bialik, whom the street was named after. There are buildings here that look exactly like the ones in the photographs in your shop.
Yeah, many of them are in the pictures and they're
Same
from
windows.
the 20s. Also, this one is gorgeous.
Same balconies, the windows.
This is a picture I took of Bialik Street in the late 1940s.
Wow.
Fortunately for us, a lot of it still remains, but in some of the places we visit, nothing looks the same.
So the Bialik house obviously still remaining and it still looks in perfect condition. Obviously they restored it.
Luckily for
to
us.
its original.
And the Tel Aviv municipality and the square itself, they're all still here. A lot of happenings happened here outside on the square. Demonstrations, happy events. And here we actually see that it's something a bit sad because we have those black lines. And it's the funeral of the first mayor of Tel Aviv, Meir Dizengoff, who was a very famous and popular figure here.
Now, what year was this?
This is 1936.
And the photographer really captured every single significant moment that happened at those times.
Yeah, a lot of them.
Really?
Yeah, because it was just close to the center of Tel Aviv where a lot of things happening.
The original location of the photo house was on the busy and centrally located Allenby Street, where it stood for 75 years. In 2011, it was forced to change locations as the two-story building was being demolished to make way for the new high-rise residential apartments.
Yeah, you can feel how central and busy the street is, and this is how busy the shop was. It was in the most central location in Tel Aviv, and you can see here from this picture of the window, always changing celebrities. They used to have their portraits taken. So right behind us where there's this huge parking lot, there used to be the most successful and popular cinema in Tel Aviv. That was Mugrabi Theater. And the people who used to come to the cinema always used to come to the window of the photo house also to see who are the new people in the window today. And there was also this urban legend for politicians that if your portrait was in the window of the photo house, then you would have a good political career.
I think this was one of the more interesting tours actually that we had on the show, and I think Max could agree. It's always cool to see the actual photographs and see it live at the same time.
I'm
happy that they could continue on their legacy.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's so important to keep all businesses alive and to be interested in the past and keep this work going. So thank you for coming.
Thank you. I don't know about you, Max, but I found that very interesting.
Yeah, it's crazy to think that that man took so many iconic, famous photos. The
A
Declaration
million.
of Independence.
A million photos are in the archive. It's definitely worth checking out.
Yeah.
Anyway, the next thing on the agenda, Max, are you hungry?
I am always able to help you put away some food. Where are we going?
Well, remember the tour company that offered the self-guided tours?
Yalla Basta, yeah.
Exactly. Well, they come out with something called bike cards.
Okay.
And you could actually tour the city on your own. We're going to meet up with a friend of mine who will help us eat, and she'll walk with us, she'll talk with us, and it'll be fun.
Cool. The tour's focusing on a specific part of town?
Yep, Levinsky Market.
Oh, cool.
We've been there before together,
Lots
right,
of
Max?
cool nooks and crannies. We definitely haven't tried everything.
Yep.
Let's check it out.
Check it out again. Israel's cuisine is known for its food that comes from around the world. With many immigrants settling here in the past century, Tel Aviv's Levinsky Market has been a one-stop shop for a wide range of flavors for generations. The Levinsky Market is the perfect place to experience Israel's cultural melting pot. And although it doesn't look like your average Israeli market, here you can easily track down ingredients you just can't find anywhere else. It's not only about the food at this market, but its stories as well, which have been passed down from generation to generation. Originally, the Jews from the Balkan states had settled here in this area in the 1930s, opening up a few shops and small eateries. It was only after Israel's independence that Iranian Jews started coming in as well, and as the population grew, so did the market. Look at these big, juicy dates.
Yo, look how shiny these look. It doesn't look real.
You want to take one? This is Adi, a friend of mine from the States who moved to Tel Aviv after serving in the IDF. Today she considers herself to be an avid foodie, and by now I think we can all agree that this tiny city has grown to be a foodie's paradise.
Wow. This is actually one of my favorite markets ever. I try to come here like once, twice a month. I come here usually on Fridays because, you know, like an Israeli, I don't have time throughout the week to come and shop for my...
But you can't move here on Fridays.
Yeah.
It's so jam-packed.
So jammed. Like on Friday, I try to like squeeze my way in. I come with my scooter.
Yeah, but it's worth it, right?
It's worth it. One of my favorite markets. I'm telling you, this market actually stretches out for a few blocks. This is actually the beginning of it. And now I'm going to take you down the corner to my favorite shop. It's called Tavlinsky.
Okay.
And like the name, Tavlin is spice.
Spices.
And then Levinsky is the street we're on right now.
Wow, it smells amazing.
Heavenly.
Really. It's like one of those small shops that are tiny but have everything you need. Tavlinsky is a family business run by Iris and her daughter. They sell everything from freshly ground Persian spice mixes to exotic tea blends.
I am a woman, independent woman here.
Iris is the only woman running her own store in a market where most of the shops have been traditionally run by men.
My special here is my spice. I am ground everything here pure.
Wow.
Is very very different. Is wow. Is your smell is the best. Everything because not everybody ground pure. You know what is kurkuma?
Okay.
Smell.
Wow. Strong.
Wow.
Besides for the basic spices that we're all familiar with, Iris mixes up her own blend of Iranian spices, which have become one of the best sellers here at the shop.
I am ground my lemon Persian is the mix.
Persian lemon,
Yeah, it's very, very, very delicious. Everybody very like this. Taste. Give me.
And what do you put this on?
It's good for
Wow. Wow.
you
Some
see.
type of powerful flavor.
Yeah.
Like it's lemony and
What do you
salty
put this
and
in?
garlicky.
Like what?
It's good for fish.
Yeah.
It's good for meat. It's good for chicken. It's good for soup.
I told you, you're gonna love this place.
Yeah.
Every time I come here, I'm just dying to buy everything.
Like most shops in the market, Tavlinsky became an attraction not just for the locals, but for tourists coming from all around the world. Because where else can you find Iranian spices and dried Israeli-grown fruits in the same place? This is a cherry tomato. I've never seen a dried cherry tomato before.
Wow,
Very crunchy.
I love it.
It's sweet.
Yeah, I don't feel like it's a tomato.
Yeah. This is the deal for today. I have these 2 bite cards, okay? One for
Okay.
you, one for me.
Wow.
And basically, it's going to make everything very easy to explore the Levinsky market without having to know too much about the area. It gives us a list of different chefs,
Yeah.
different restaurants to choose from.
You're trying to feed me?
And exactly, and we're gonna sample from each of these places, okay?
Wow.
So the first stop is the Yom Tov's Deli.
Okay.
It's on Levinsky Street, which is just...
Down the street, right?
Tour company Yalla Basta came out with a simple solution to tour Israel's markets on your own. Not only is the bike card designed to take you to the best eateries, but you can sample a taste of the most recommended dishes, making you feel like a real local. Okay, it looks like this is it, Yom Tov Deli. Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Wow. Look at all the colors, look at all the olives. So, we are using the bike card at Take an Olive.
Okay.
We are gonna have a taste of delicacies, olives, artichokes, mushrooms, stuffed with vine leaves, seasoned feta, and pepper stuffed with cream cheese. Wow. Have you ever had pepper stuffed with cream cheese?
No.
Thank you.
Eitan has been working at his grandfather's shop for 15 years, but the shop itself dates back way longer than that. In 1947, his grandfather opened the shop in Turkey, later bringing the same store with the exact same Turkish delicacies to Tel Aviv.
בבקשה.
Thank you. Okay, this is a little sample of what they have here at the place. Looks like everything's stuffed with cheese, right?
Yes, almost,
What kind
yeah.
of cheese?
It's cream cheese from goat and sheep.
I came here before, actually.
Okay.
I remember the stuffed pepper was to die for. Okay, the combination of flavors between the cheese and the sweet pepper, it's really good.
Okay.
But it's also a bit crunchy and creamy on the inside.
A lot of cheese in there. Wow.
Thank you.
So there's the spices, really good spices in here.
Roasted
What is this?
garlic.
This is roasted garlic.
Wow.
Yeah,
How long is it roasted for?
for 8 hours. Can
Adi,
eat it.
try the hibiscus flower with the cream cheese. Let's try it.
בואי בבקשה.
This flour thing is good.
Here you can see that the owners selling to you,
Yeah.
not workers.
Yeah, that's true. You are always here. Every time I pass by, you're the one that's standing here behind the
Yep.
shop. Who makes this?
We have a kitchen that we are making it every day.
Every day.
Yeah, it needs to be fresh.
Bye bye.
Bye, thank you.
Enjoy.
All right, Adi, the next place we're going to is called Haborekas Shel Ima. And Haborekas, obviously you know what that is, the little pastry, the dough pastry. Shel Ima, from the mother.
Okay, my mommy made it.
Your mother's Borekas.
Okay.
Let's rip it off. I mean, everyone loves their mother's food, right?
Yeah,
this
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 is
has
just
to be
a
good.
little...
This eatery has been around since 1956, and they sell one thing and one thing only, hot and crispy borekas. A delicious Turkish-style pastry which over the years has endeared itself to the locals, becoming a go-to choice for a tasty breakfast or late-night snack. Borekas is my favorite thing to eat, but it's also so dangerous because it's just
Addicting.
it's addicting.
I know.
Exactly. אחד גבינה ואחד תרד. Thank you. Wow, this looks good. A brown egg to top it all off. Wow. Here, you have some resek agvaniot, which is tomato sauce.
Okay.
Just tomatoes and salt and some spices, so be careful.
Thanks.
All right. I'm gonna take one of yours.
Yeah, try mine.
And you could have one of mine.
Yeah. After this, you know what we're gonna do, right? What? We need to go running tonight.
Yes, we have to work out after that. Okay, so it might not be the healthiest thing in the world, but it's definitely worth a visit.
What's next? What are we up to now?
Okay, so the next place, according to the bites card, is something called Garger HaZahav, and that's gonna be a little taste of hummus,
Okay.
pita and salad. Right?
Wow. Traditional Israeli food.
Exactly.
Wow. It's all warm.
There's nothing better than warm hummus. So the name of this place actually translates to the golden grape. Israelis don't really eat hummus with the pork.
Yeah, that was very American of us.
They like to wipe it with the bread.
Yeah, let's do the chaim, right? For the fat.
Wow. I bet you don't see these kind of flavors in food in the army, right?
I mean, it depends, first of all, where you're served.
I was in a combat unit, so we had like the combat food court. So that means we had special food. Okay. Which means kind of 4 meals a day of meat. Literally meat. There's a lot of salads, hummus.
Well, doesn't sound so bad.
It's not so bad. I mean,
It's like what we're
it's
eating.
not my mom's food. It was worth it. I'm telling you, my service made it worth it.
Yeah. And ever since then, you've been living in Israel. You don't think about going back to America?
How can I go back when there's hummus right in front of my face? Like, where in America can you find this?
Now we're gonna try something a little bit different, okay? They serve really tropical looking drinks, something called gazoz. Gazoz is actually a drink that was served here a lot during the early days of Israel.
Right.
It's a syrupy, sweet type of drink. Come on, go.
Let's go.
Hi, how are you? So we'll have, it says natural fruit soda.
It's sparkling water with a mix of fruits and a little bit fermented and syrups and herbs.
At Cafe Levinsky, the concept is bringing a traditional Israeli drink back to life, but with some added flair. The fizzy and refreshing drinks were conceived by Benny, the owner, who wanted to add some aromatic fragrances and flavors and create something truly unique.
This is just what we needed, the refreshment.
Yeah, you see it takes a little bit of time to make because they're really investing in the look of it and they're taking natural herbs.
Hi.
Such a pretty drink.
Mamash.
Right outside the small shop, Benny has permanently parked an old pickup truck for customers to sit in, which doubles as a small garden. So whether you're looking for a cheese-stuffed flower, a burekas that will make your mouth water, or an old world style smoked herring, you don't need to look any further than the Levinsky Market.
Everyone, thanks so much for tuning in and joining us for another episode of Cruising Israel. We love that you took your time to watch the program. Hope you enjoyed it.
Don't forget to catch us next time as we cruise the country and show you the best Israel has to offer. Bye-bye.
Bye.